Today on my workbench I have a 1946 Waters Conley Phonola phonograph or record player. This is a record player that plays the 78 RPM records from back in those early days, and it has a wind-up mechanism that powers it, so no electricity required. And I'll demonstrate all that for you here. This one is the model S80, and it is the gray color model, and it has kind of it's all wood, and it has like some sort of a coating on here, leather or some sort of fabric. You can see where it's worn through there, and it's adhered to the case here. Has a couple latches on the front and a carry handle. Here's the side of it. The back has the hinges and has 4 feet there for setting it down as if you were carrying it as a suitcase. So we're going to open it up here. I'll show you what it looks like inside. There you go. So it has the turntable here with an on-off switch and fast or slow on the RPM. This is the tone arm. It has a kind of a needle there. Looks quite a bit different from the record players in use now. This looks kind of dangerous. It's very sharp, and so that's the needle. And part of the sound comes out through here, and then the rest of it ends up going down that tube into the case beneath the wood here, and then it goes through a chamber and ends up coming out here in the speaker. Right back here in this little compartment, there are extra needles, so you can switch those out. Up here is a compartment. You can see Phonola there, and then it's Waters Conley Company there by Phonola. And this compartment here is where you could store records. And I happen to have a very worn out 78 here, which is the Dwarfs marching song Hi Ho from Walt Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. But this is in really poor shape. It does play briefly and then it ends up just skipping. Here's some of it's Decca records, and it has some pricing on there from back then. Also interesting here is a advertisement to buy United States savings bonds for defense. So we'll put this record on, take it out of the sleeve here, drop it onto the platter. Platter has kind of a little velvet surface on here, you can see. I put that on there, and I closed up there's a little latch here that holds up that record storage compartment. Right here is the turn handle to crank up the record player. Has some threads on there. You have to, when you first put it in, you have to make sure those threads get into the cranking mechanism. And if you turn it a few turns, then it kind of catches. Then you have to make sure this is fully off, or else it'll just keep spinning every time you turn it. You won't get anywhere. So I've already cranked it up a bit, so I think it's in good shape. So we're gonna go ahead and start it up. So it spins really fast. So these long records, they don't last long. Is it spinning at over twice the RPM as current records. start skipping. But anyway, you get an idea of how this record player works, and pretty interesting piece of technology from 1946. The Waters Conley Phonola.